Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of you elect out there. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, The Israelite Man is Leaving the Israelite Woman for This Reason. Anyway, let's get right into it. So I'm on this page. I was watching this last night, so I popped this up. I was hitting this, so I noticed this. This is what made me stay on this page right here, or this tab. And I didn't get a chance to watch this, but it says ASAP Rocky refuses to be seen with Rihanna for this reason. Like I said, I haven't seen this. I'll see this after I do the video. But he don't want to be with her, and she's crying, and she's got a history of being with different men. You know the whole thing with Chris Brown. You know, she's just been around, but she's trying to be that woman that, like Edomite. Edomite woman, actress marries an Edomite man. It's a beautiful marriage, and they grow old together. That don't happen with you. You ain't the white woman. You ain't the Edomite woman, all right? You're under a curse. So now, this whole thing really started with that, I believe that's Vogue magazine, where you had him carrying the baby on the beach, and she was in front leading him. And Jake Men picked up on it, because that's in our nature to know that we're the head. If you ain't the head of a woman, you're going downhill, because that woman is not going to, respect you. If she's lead, that's what Esau is pushing. Esau does not want the enemy of Esau is the Israelite man, not the Israelite woman. It's the Israelite man, because the Most High is working through the man. He's not working with the woman. So your woman is nothing but the general, the 5-star general of Esau. And she's influenced by this man. So like I said, I watched this video. Now you got Tasha K. She's a hot mess, and she's always getting sued. So now you got, and I gotta watch this too, R. Kelly. I call him Art Kelly. R. Kelly just got the ultimate revenge on Keke. So she's got a history of losing money. Cardi B sued the hell out of her ass. And the case with R. Kelly, if he was living in the ancient world, it would have been no big deal as what he did. Because you can have more than one woman, and you can have women of various ages, as long as she's past her puberty, past her flowers, so to speak. That's what the Apostle Paul said. But he can't deal with a woman that's dealing with another man. He can't deal with a woman and her sister, because that breeds jealousy. That's even in the law. And he should have known better in this system, in this society. King David did what R. Kelly did. Solomon did what R. Kelly did. Other great men of the scriptures that had multiple women did what R. Kelly did. And it's frowned upon in this society. Now, if he was a Mo, and he had all kind of men, they wouldn't say nothing wrong. They praise the man. This is a backwards society. This is the devil's world. So let me just get into this right here. Okay, I was watching this, and I subscribed to the Angry Man, and it says here, Keke Palmer reveals shocking truth about altercation with Darius the Mede. Anyway, so if you listen to this is short, 13 minutes long. All I had to do was listen to really the first, right up to about here. Now the thing with the video camera picking them up fighting They wasn't fighting. He was, according to the angry man, and it makes sense that she got with she went to that concert, the Usher concert, and Usher's known for, Usher tell you that. He said, "Don't leave your girl around me." You know the rest of the song. That's not just a lyric. That's actual a way of life for this guy. He deals with he committed a lot of adultery. And he goes both ways, from what I heard. Goes left and he goes right. And these people in the Israelites in the music industry, which covers R&B, hip hop, whatever, the acting world, the highest level of sports, they're all freaky deaky. They don't live the way we live, man. They get invited to these Edomite parties where they have orgies and all kind of stuff. This man's the devil. This man truly is the devil, man. And what's going on with this Israel, Gaza declaring war against Hamas is really a genocide, man. Even CNN is kind of mad. Even Blinken is mad. He's saying you're killing too many civilians. He said Palestinians, but he meant what it meant was too many civilians. And Russia's just is about 2 seconds from completely taking over the Ukraine. Now, the Ukraine will become a part of Russia again. And the shortages of men, that's no problem. They're going to have Russian men impregnate these Ukrainian women, whether they like it or not. And they're going to build back that nation. But they really ain't going to have time to build back that nation because we out of here soon. The only thing left is the charagma, as us here at Great Millstone been teaching, and these other major camps have not taught. When it becomes mandatory, there's gonna be a lot of questions by their followers. And I hope you guys from these other camps, I hope you've been watching the GMS videos. If you don't and you don't know what's going on, well, that's on you. That's on you. I gotta watch this. A lukewarm and withered withered branches will pop up looking for sympathy and mercy. Well, we can't give you no mercy. That goes back to the 10 virgins, 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. That was one of my favorite parables. One of my favorite parables. So now, when you listen to this, I'm pretty sure if I played it, it's not going to get taken down. But I'm not going to play it anyway. You can watch it. It's not even 14 minutes long. And you know what's behind? When you listen to this, you realize, without knowing, I mean, I can look it up. I'm damn near positive. I'm positive that Keke Palmer was raised up in a single parent home with her mother. Whether she ever met her father, whether the father left her mother when she was pregnant, maybe she was a toddler, whatever the case may be, the father wasn't in her life. And the mother became the manager because she saw that her daughter was a pretty girl, and we're going to put her in acting, and we're going to become rich off of my daughter. And that's living vicariously through her daughter. Now, Keke was not trained right. See, in the ancient world, the example I'm going to give is Isaac and Rebekah. Rebekah was trained to have a particular man to do. This is what you do. When you get a husband, you got to know how to cook. You got to know how to do this. You got to know when he's upset, he's sad, he's depressed. You got to know how to lift him up. You got to know. give those right. In other words, the woman is a servant to the man, not the other way around. And Esau, Esau pushes that shit. Come back over here. Bear with me for a minute. Right here. She's crying. He's like, I'm fed up with this bullshit. Even though they had a child. Because she's all messed up in the head. And she's got a track record. We know the black woman's track record. And she'll get with another dude. And she may have another baby. And that dude is going to get tired of her and leave her. Then she's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? She's going to be damaged goods. Nah, I ain't dealing with her. And they ain't nobody going to deal with no Keke, man. Unless some simpleton deals with her ass. Ain't nobody up there in that world is really going to deal with her. Because she's for the streets. And I really don't blame her. I blame her mother. You can clearly see. When you listen to this, you can clearly hear that her mother, because she calls her mother, puts her mother on speakerphone, and she's doing more yapping than Keke. Now, it was said, and it makes all the sense in the world. I'm going to get into the scriptures. Bear with me. Where the scriptures are? Anyway, see, we're analysts as well. We're analysts too. When you listen to the video, she's arguing with her husband, got the baby together, and she grabs the phone, puts it on the speaker so her mother can get involved in it, and the mother's doing more arguing than Keke. And the pictures of him grabbing the phone, and it says that, it's grabbing the phone. There's no picture of him swinging on her, just grabbing the phone, because they're arguing over the fact that she's talking to or got Usher on the phone. That demon. Usher's a damn demon. He's a demon straight out of hell. He a Haitian anyway. You know you can't trust these damn Haitians. Well, you're getting all Haitians to hard look. I happen to be so-called Haitian, so I can say that. Okay. Anyway, he's trying to grab the phone to see if it's Usher on the phone. Now, if Usher's on the phone, that means they getting together. Remember what he said? Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. If I'm quoting it right, that song came out years ago when he was a kid. So she's completely out of order. But her mother gave her the license to be out of order, and her mother trained her. Her mother trained her to be like her. Her mother is like that. Her mother for the streets. So she's for the streets. Her mother went through different men. You can see a picture of her mother. You can see that when she was young, she was a good, she's not an ugly woman. She's an older woman. But you can see that she was an attractive woman as a young woman. And she'd been around the carousel, let's say. So she's all messed up. And so she messed her fucking daughter's mind up. And they even tell this guy, oh, your wire's all messed up. I don't know if she said it or Keke said it. But you got to listen to it. Now, that's a term. Like, if you ever went to therapy, the reason why she said that, your wires are all messed up. If you go to therapy, the therapist will tell you your wires are all messed up. So she got it from a therapist. So her mom is crazy. She's making her daughter crazy. And Keke is that's a pattern now, cause her mind, her wires all fucked up. She gonna get with another dude. She gonna have a baby, and that nigga gonna leave. That Jake gonna leave. And she gonna wind up having maybe 5, 6 babies from like 4 different Jakes, and she gonna be damaged goods. Ain't nobody gonna want to deal with her, man. That's why the scriptures. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and get with his wife and become one flesh. Meaning, your mother has no say. Like my mother used to tell me, "You, this girl." I said, "Ma, you don't tell me what I can do with my woman. I don't get. I don't want no approval from you. You don't tell me what the hell I could do with a woman that I deal with. You should deal with that woman. That's none of your business." You know. So, if you're dealing with a woman, you got to find out how she was brought up. As a father, as she got a father and a mother living inside. That's a good sign. If it's a single mother, that's not a good sign. So Keke's mother trained her to be the demon that she is today. And the young man don't know what's going on. He's learning. So listen to this video. Anyway, I'm gonna go on to the precepts. Let me open this up. Okay, first I want to go to Ecclesiasticus. I even forget what. Ecclesiasticus 40 verse. Scripture says, "A shameless woman shall be counted as a what? As a dog." Okay, children and the building of a city continue a man's name, but a blameless wife, a wife with no guile, no sin, perfect wife, is counted above them both. Scripture said, "He that getteth a woman getteth a possession." Okay, I want to go to Ecclesiasticus 25:13. I'm going to jump around. "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman." That's why Asaph Rocky came to his senses. Hey, like Chris Brown got over this chick, man. Now, what did she do to make him get active? We don't know. But they buried him in the media. Edomite, you never hit, no matter what a woman do, you never hit a woman. That's this fucked up society that you're living in, man. Here you got Bishop Nate talking about it. 1,000 years they're gonna come back and they're gonna take us over. What was he thinking, man? What did he eat before he taught that lesson? First of all, it said we're gonna be like gods. He knows he went off, man, and he's not gonna admit it because he's full of pride. Okay, 16 verse. "I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman." The wickedness of a woman changes her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. I don't got to tell you what that means. If you don't know what that means, ask somebody. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing up of a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. They call that a henpicked. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Meaning, you got to look beyond what she looks like. What is she about? You got to look at her household. Is she raised in a family with a father and a mother? Maybe the older sister's in college, or whatever the case may be. You can, you got a woman in the hood, right? You know her life. Her life is it's a one single family, a single raised by a single mother, and you got brothers and sisters by all kind of different men. They got different fathers, and she's in the hood. You already know. So when you get a woman, you got to be, if her wires all messed up, you got to retrain her. You know, this stuff in the IUIC about you got to have a woman. Well, you got to train a woman first. You got to find out what household does she come from. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. In other words, it goes beyond her looking good. A woman, if she maintain her husband, in the case of, what's her name, Rihanna, she maintained her husband because she makes more money than her husband. She's a billionaire. And if you deal with a woman, let's say you're making $60,000. Let's say she's making $61,000. She's going to hold that against you. Because deep down, she knows that a man's supposed to be on top. When a woman tries to control a man, that's not a good thing. Because in her spirit, she really wants the man to control you. That's why when if she mess around, she is going to mess around behind the back, she going to deal with a man that's controlling her. Why you think these women want to get their number one man they want to get is thugs that came out of prison? Because that's what they want. That's what they want. So if you're going to deal with any woman, deal with a decent Puerto Rican woman, or a decent Dominican woman, or maybe even an Irish woman, or an Italian woman, or a Polish woman that's rhythmic. You know that they're Israelites that look like Edomites, with a good family. Stay away from the woman in the hood. That's a topic. That's a topic for you. For any of you that want to take it, stay away from the woman in the hood. Keke is for the streets because her mama made her for the streets. Even though she was really not in the streets. That hood street mentality came from her mother. She said, nigga, I'll bust a cap in your... She said, I put a bullet in your head, nigga. Now you know she's from the streets. I'll put a bullet in your head, nigga. Then she said, she's talking all... You gotta listen to the video. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna do response to this. It says a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impotence, and much reproach. Reproach meaning much disrespect. You working, she's working all day, you staying home playing video games. It says a wicked woman, and that person that's in that situation, he's staying home, and she's working hard, and she comes home and cooks and all that, and he ain't doing shit. That's when he reaches that age of about 12 years old, 12, 13 years old, if he ain't looking for nothing. And back in ancient Israel, that's in Deuteronomy 21 verse 18, starting from the 18th verse, if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to put him to death, stone him to death. Because if you don't stone him to death, even Dr. Umar Johnson said that. He said, what about these wild ass niggas that you can't control? He said, put them to sleep. Put them to sleep. There's nothing you can do about it. Put them to sleep. So that was the spirit of the law within Dr. Umar Johnson. If you look around, you'll find it. So what does that go back to? That goes back to the law. If you have a stubborn son that don't want to work, he eats, he's a glutton, he's a drunkard and all that. And that's when he's young, 12, 13, whatever. That's when you take him to the judges, the men, and they stone him with stone. The father and the mother said, our son is rebellious, he's stubborn, he don't want to work, he won't do this. Because what happens if you don't do that? You got these jakes out here, they're wild as hell. They're demons. They're straight up demons. Hey, Hillary Clinton, inside joke, Hillary Clinton, she made a statement, right, years ago. She said, we got to do something about these super predators. And Jake got all offended because she was talking to black youth. But guess what? She was 100% right. She was 100%, she was 1,000% right. These motherfuckers are super predators. She told the truth, but you know how Jake is. But that comes in your hood. You got all this madness that's going on in your hood because you got these gremlins, man. These super predators. And you know what the president's going, if Nero gets back in, aka Trump, and there's a war, he's going to know. I pray that Nero gets back in the office. I pray that devil get back in the office, because when it's time for war, you know who he's going to get? He's going to get all them he's going to have a record of all them gangbangers, and he's going to know their names: Dexter, Jenkins, Peter Jones, whatever, Mike Beasley, whatever the hell, but their gang's name is this and their gang name is that. They just gonna ship them because they're automatic. You already got warriors, man. So they're just gonna ship them to the Middle East. They gonna think, I changed my life around, mama. I'm no longer gang. No, you a real gangbanger. You gangbanging on the other side of the world. You're gonna be a part of that Northern Army. It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh in heavy countenance and wounded heart. A woman that a lot of niggas die of heart attacks because they're a woman. All that stress from their woman, they wind up dying. She wonder, why you die like that? Yeah, because you, bitch. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. So any of you men that's in GMS that got one of those women, don't come when you got catch hell. Don't come for me or any of the or any elders or apostles or whatever for counsel. You ain't gonna get no. I'm gonna tell you, look, nigga. What did you watch this video? It says that the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. There was an incident in Brooklyn with this dude that pulled out scissors on this other dude. He was a little bit shorter, and there's a jiu-jitsu guy that Apostle Bar did the video, and the guy was breaking down how to calm the situation. So he says, the guy pulled out the knife. You're in this position. You could do this. You can do that. And he said nobody had to be killed. He said, I hate to say this. He said, but you know what got all three of them really killed was the woman. The woman grabbed the dude, got involved in that. All right. I had a situation I was gonna beat the shit out of this dude. He's a fucking drunk in the middle of the street, like he was parked, and I'm beeping the horn. I get out and he's looking at me, cursing me out, and then my demon gets involved, and I said, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up," you know. And then there was some people. I said, "You better get this motherfucker off the street, before I fucking beat him to death." So eventually, they got him off the street, you know. But see, when you're in that zone of fighting, you got to have that focus. If you got a woman around that's going to yell, she pulled on the dude's, t-shirt or wife beater, and that's when the dude turned around and popped him, and popped his son. So the brother did say that. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this right here. Hey, the situation with this guy, yeah, he been away so long I forget his name. Polite, and polite. They're not polite with polite in the joint. Ain't nobody talking about. It's like polite never existed. He's out of there, man. He's a no person. It's like he never existed. Anyway, the mother of the woman. She said, "I never knew you would do such a thing." You fucking knew. That guy was a womanizer. He had 4 or 5 different women. He was sneaking around with other women. You goddamn saw him looking at your daughter in certain ways. You had your daughter dressed in a revealing manner, like she was a woman in her 20s, with her legs showing, her breast showing. There's a video of you butt naked or half butt naked with a damn leash around your neck with this guy polite holding it, but you had no idea. I had no idea he would do such a thing. The nigga's a womanizer, man. So you should have got the fuck out of there, man. You knew what the fuck was going on. Women always play that Little Red Riding Hood lost in. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know nothing. Oh, Nero's daughter, Trump's daughter. When she got up on the stand, they were asking her, and she's all in she bragged. I'm in the business. I signed contracts. They come, her and her brothers. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Them demons, man. That's a demonic family right there. I'm a little all over the place. But anyway, let me see if I can find Mini for Dilly. Let me see if I can. I'm all over the place. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Shalom.
Bear me for a minute. See if I can find it. Let me do it this way. I can't find it. So anyway, let me come back over here. '25th verse, give the warden no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. So that relationship is done. I don't see that thing coming back together. Even if Keke want to get back together with the dude, her mother's gonna be involved in it. Her mother is her God. And she's gonna, like I said, she's gonna go through different men and be all fucked. At the end of the day, she's gonna be all fucked up. And you can thank her mother. Look, I'll put a bullet in your head. What respecting woman, church going respecting woman, says something like that? Let me see. Okay, we're in okay, 26. I went to Ecclesiasticus 26, and pretty much you can read the whole chapter. Like 90% of it is on the woman. Then I'm going to close. Blessed is a man that hath a virtuous wife. And Keke's not a virtuous wife. She's a little girl that doesn't know what's going on, that relies on her mother, and her mother's all fucked up in the head. For the number of his days shall be doubled. Now, when you get dudes that Jeezy, right? He got with the Moabite chick. Now, she could be a Jake. You know, we don't know. Because Jake left his seed down there. She could be a Jake. But he said, nah, I'm not dealing with you. And he even said, I'm not mad at you. I still love you and all that. But I'm not, for what you did. And he ain't turned around, bro. He ain't changed his mind. And she's begging to get back. Brianna, she's all fucked up. But now, after this Chris, what's this guy? Chris Brown situation, she done slept with a whole lot of white boys, all kind of people, man. She's for the streets. And that $1 billion that you got, it's not gonna make you happy. A woman is meant for a man, a man is meant for a woman. A virtuous woman rejoices at her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion. It said, he that getteth a wife getteth a what? Possession, which shall be given to the portion of them that fear Yahweh. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward Yahweh, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. But a 6th verse, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. Loudmouth black woman. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. The most wickedest, evilest woman on the planet is that black woman. Starting with Judah. Get you a Latin chick, or Irish chick, or Sicilian chick, or a Polish chick, or a Spaniard that's rhythmic, you notice she's an Israelite looking like an Edomite. A drunken woman in a gathered abroad causes a great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. You got these black women that they hit rock bottom. They're a hot mess. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Now that, when you go to the concert that Keke, first of all, the way she was dressed was, provocative. And then she gonna get up on the stage, and this guy's feeling on her, and he had a right to curse her out, and that's what the whole thing started with. In other words, her mother, Keke's mother, gave her the license to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do. So you got to get away from a woman like that. And that's why you got a father. Your father will tell you what the right woman to get. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Now the scripture said if a woman becomes a harlot of a priest, you're supposed to burn her. Let me see if I can find that. Bring this over here. I don't know if it's Exodus or Leviticus. Let's try Exodus. Let me put in burn. Okay, that's in there a bunch of times, so try it this way. Here it is. I found it. Leviticus 21 verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, and in the kingdom we're going to be priests. We're ultimately all priests to be. If she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father. She shall be burnt with fire. Meaning you're going to kill her by way of, not stone her. You're going to tie her up somewhere and throw some gasoline on her and burn her. And that's what they do in certain parts of Africa. There was a video on YouTube. They took it down. They found out this guy was a mole, and it was in the middle of the street, and they beat the shit out of the dude. They threw boxes on his ass. They put a towel around his neck. He was fighting, but he kind of got weak. Then they put a tire on him. Then they lit the tire on fire and they let him burn. There was an African police car that went by. It just slowed down, watched, and kept going. That's none of my business. He was a Mo. That was on YouTube back in the day, but they took it down. So they had no mercy on that man. So them people that did that, whatever country in Africa that was, those people had to be Israelites. Do by nature the things that are written in the law. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Romans 2, verse 18 or 14. I'm not going to go to it. So let's come back over here. Watch over an impotent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. She dealing with all kind of dudes, because she for the streets. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver. Now the word quiver actually goes into the word for vagina. Against every arrow. Now you know what the arrow is talking about, right? The baby leg. She opened up. If you know what I'm talking about, you're cracking up right now. She likes them baby legs. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones, meaning make you healthy. A sound and a loving woman is a gift of the Yahweh, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed, because she was raised and trained like Rebecca. Rebecca was trained to be for her man. Sarah was trained to be for her man. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. So it's telling you all the good things about a good woman. And these women, these Israelite women in America, ain't none of them good. With 20th verse, when thou hast gotten a fruitful possession, which is a woman, through all thy field, sow it with thine own seed, your sperm, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. That boy comes from strong stock. That's why we're called a husbandman, or husband. Husband means, look up the word husband in the Hebrew. The word husband means husbandman, farmer. Because you planting seeds. So thy race which thou leaveth, thy raza, thy seed, thy children, shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent. That's where you get the word descendants. An harlot shall be counted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a most highly woman is given to him that feareth the Most High. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband, fear her husband. Keke don't fear her husband. Rihanna don't fear her husband, and they got kids. and Esau, when you go into the court system for your children, whose side did they side with? The woman. So the enemy, Esau's number one enemy is us, not the woman, not your woman. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear Yahweh. Oh, Neti Naphtali, the Most High, took her ass out, and good. She took the Most High took her ass out. Most High brought judgment against that demon. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. So Keke's ungodly. Rihanna's ungodly. Jada Pinkett Smith is ungodly. But then that's a dysfunctional family. They're all actors. So they act, you thought, oh, this is a perfect family. But they're all actors. They're all fucking actors. Will Smith is an actor, award-winning actor. Jada Pinkett is an actor. Two of the children are actors. So they're all actors. We're going to act like we're the perfect family. But that was the most, how can I say, dysfunctional family out there, man. A loud crying woman in the skull shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty. And every one of you that went to war in this country, how many homeless veterans are out there, man? Not one of them should be homeless. There's a term. They call you soldiers expendable, meaning, like a party cup. You drink from it and you throw it out. That's what y'all are, party cups. Red party cups. Kissinger said that, you can look that up. Not denying that he said it. That he said a soldier is nothing but a stupid ape that fights for policy or whatever, banking policy or whatever. In other words, they don't, like a few of them come up in the ranks and they become generals, and then they can go into office. But the majority of anybody that fights in the military, you injured, you're fucked up. Let's say you come back whole, your mind is fucked up. A lot of these homeless motherfuckers that you see are sleeping under bridges and homeless and all fucked up. Watch the movie Born on the 4th of July with this guy, Tom Cruise. And that's a true story. It said the men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin, Yahweh prepareth such an one for the sword, for death. A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster, what a huckster is, shall not be freed from sin. Guy that sells you an inferior product and you're ripping your ass off. Anyway, I went long. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.